Fuck.
People that are waiting.
Oh, well, we're going live without the little intro. I'm sorry, I've already started it, so no intro for this one. But we're back. I guess we need no introduction. Is the best way to say that. But yeah, we're back. Ian, Dave, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good, pretty good. Not too bad.
Yeah, fresh off your trip to Udine.
Oh man, what an experience. What a match. What an away day. Perfect. Literally perfect.
Yeah, and Dave, good to have you back.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back. I mean, I'm sure we have two different results to discuss. The disappointing result against Bologna, and then the match against Udinese. And I'm glad that Ian was able to come on with us today, so we could actually get the first, like, a first person's account of how it was in that stadium. I can't wait to get into it with Ian, man. It feels good.
Yeah. I'm glad that Ian was out and got to come back because it'll bring a little bit of positivity, a little bit of breath of fresh air into the podcast because we could be all doom and gloom. I'm sure that's not quite what everyone wants. I mean, it's fair to do, but yeah, we're gonna try to keep it pretty positive here. I'm sure there will be some talk about Bologna and where Milan is now. But I do really want to focus on what Ian saw. You know, the energy in the stadium, the energy from the players, so we can kind of try to piece out what may come in the next couple of matches when it's really down to the wire. Um,
So the main thing I would say is that Inter Twitter and Inter Tifosi supporters in the stadium are the different sides of the spectrum. It's on in the stadium. It was an away game first of all, but it felt like a home game. Like I think over a third of the stadium were Inter fans. Um, it was honestly from the Curva North, Sud, whatever, whichever one it is. I keep messing it up. They were chanting nonstop for 90 minutes. Full support from them. No, the only thing they were booing, or any of us were booing for that matter, was Udinese, as you should. And when Handanovic was obviously again taking a long time to either like kick the ball upfield or that, but it's understandable.
it's
So
better him
other than
take
that,
his time than try
Yeah,
to
rush
go
like
too fast.
Ragu.
Rush like someone else that
Uh-huh.
was in goal.
versus someone else. No, but yeah, other than that, like I mean, it was amazing. One funny thing that we experienced was when the announcer was announcing the Udinese bench, and the first player that he announced was obviously going to be the ex-Inter legend Daniele Padelli, and everyone, I mean everyone on the Inter sector was like, "Way, let's go! Way, congrats!" Like it was so much fun. It was such a fun thing to do. Um, no, but it was honestly incredible. Away days are something that I haven't experienced as an Inter fan. This was my first away game, and it was so cool. Um, Even at the stadium, I didn't really feel any different than to a home game. Maybe it's because it was against Udinese. I know a lot of people around there also support Inter, um, and it really felt like at times it really was a home game. So from that aspect, it was chef's kiss, amazing.
Yeah, and it looked like you met up with a lot of guys. It seems like a very good place for Inter fans who aren't from Italy to travel to. You know, from neighboring countries. It seems like it's a very fitting place to have the brothers of the world. Traveling to.
Udinese is 40 kilometers away from the Slovenian border, which is converted to miles, 24.8 miles. So 25 miles for you Yanks over the pond. So it's really interesting because like from I met up with two guys from Austria, Simi and Lucas. Shout out to them, very cool guys. They came from Klagenfurt and somewhere else, I think Graz. It took them less than 4 hours to come. Me personally, from the capital of Slovenia, it took 2 hours, no, actually 1.5 hours to drive. Um, I know Ante, shout out to Ante, Crazy Perisic. He came as well, and he drove from Kirk, which is I think 3 hours away. So it's like for the everything that's east of Italy, it's a really really easy place to go. It's close to the borders. There's Venice Airport, less than an hour away if you want to travel by plane there as well. So from that aspect, yeah, great place to meet up.
Yeah, that's awesome. I do want to ask though, what was it like for the penalty?
For
What was going on when
I
Lautaro
think
misses and puts it back?
I think Simi can and Lucas can speak for me when we were waiting for what's gonna happen. I thought it wasn't a pen from the stadium. I was on the opposite side of the stadium in the corner. I didn't really see it that well. I didn't have my glasses on, but it was. I thought he was trying to get a penalty or something. I don't know. It was a lot of time passed between when he actually decided to go check VAR, the ref. Told to Simi, talked to Simi and Lucas, and I said, "All right, like, what the fuck is this? Either go check VAR from the get go, or just play on." Like, I thought it wasn't a pen, so I said, "Okay, so now he's gonna go to check VAR, and then he's gonna say, okay, it's not a pen, and then we're gonna go play again." And it's like, okay, but then he went, and then as he was checking the VAR, I kind of started thinking to myself like, "Oh, hello, this is taking a while. Maybe there's actually something there, you know." And then he points to the penalty. Great, cool. Who's gonna take it? Because literally everyone is due at penalties at
Yeah,
Inter.
yeah,
It
and
seems.
Chalanoglu wasn't
Well,
there.
here's my
Yeah.
question. They didn't. I'm sure, like, because Udinese Stadium is pretty modern. Like, it's one of the stadiums, along with Juve's, the most modern in Italy. Don't they have like a big jumbotron where they show you guys? I've always wanted to know that, like, in stadium, do they show you guys like the instant replays that the referees are looking at, for example?
No, they have two jumbotrons, one at each end, not in the corners, but like on the, let's say, Curva Sud and Curva Nord. But it was basically running either commercials for water and cheese, or it was just like a timekeeper's thing. Other than that, nothing. Like announced substitutions, all the usual stuff that you see, but it didn't actually show any VAR footage, nor did it let us in attendance know that VAR was being checked. So unless you knew, you saw the ref do this and run, nothing was happening. Even the announcer didn't say anything. So
That's interesting because the Premier League, they put it up. It'll be like checking VAR for
Yeah,
whatever, and they'll put that up on their boards. I mean,
offside or something. Yeah.
yeah. I don't think they show the replays. I mean, that would be interesting if they did, but I don't think they do that in English
Mhm.
stadiums. Maybe they do, but
I
yeah,
don't think they do.
No, I don't
not
think they
sure.
do either.
Yeah, but so all the goals were on the far end from you then.
All of the goals were on the far end from me. Yeah, basically all of them, even the away goal.
Yeah.
The first one from Perisic from the corner, I was just talking to Lucas and Simi, and I said, like, we're getting a lot of corners. Like, it seems like we're not really pushing for the goal, but we're pushing for the corners, it seemed like, because we
Mhm.
weren't getting that many clear-cut shots. If I remember, I saw the Lautaro one when I went to the toilet, and there's like a big jumbotron inside as well. So I basically missed the only shot on goal that I remember. No, but yeah, it seemed like we were pushing for the corners. I saw the corner, and when you just have a feeling when the mark takes it, it's gonna like just that once really connect well.
Mhm.
That was it. That was it. Just connect some Perisic. I just saw it flying, like rattle the sign netting. The away end went crazy. Some Udinese fans were in front of me as well.
Ooh.
that was a fun experience. No, that it was fun. It was fun. Everyone was shouting for Perisic. I think he's become a fan favorite. Even everyone in the stands loved him. I saw a couple of jerseys with him, even the old ones with the number 44, even the new ones with number 14. So from that point of view, it was great.
No, 14 Perisic is the legend. 44 Perisic is just some guy. But
It's the banter
yeah.
era icon.
Yeah, the Perisic to Icardi guy. But yeah, I want to go back to the penalty. Like of course the lead up to it, we got that, but like when he misses and when it goes in, like, and then they almost didn't like give the goal. Like I think it was called off at first for offside, which is I think a strange rule. But yeah, was there a lot of confusion in the stands? Was it celebration from the get go? Like what was going on? Was there a lot of groaning that it was Lautaro even taking the penalty?
There was some groaning. There were some mixed emotions that Lautaro was thinking, just because it was as soon as he, like, the first thing that I felt when I saw, like, okay, this is taking a while, this might be a penalty, was Lautaro going for the ball. That's the first thing that got me a bit worried, because we all know Lautaro's conversion rate. I think Opta Punjabi, aka Alka Sharma, said it's somewhere around 55%,
Yeah.
something like that. It's not really stellar, It's not someone you want to take your penalties.
No, let's call it what it is. It's bad, especially
Yeah.
for a guy that's a striker. I think I saw the post from Sharma as well. 4 out of 7, 57% if I'm not mistaken. That's unacceptable, man. I guess yesterday we couldn't complain much because Hakan wasn't there, and I guess he's the next one up in the pecking order, but I don't know, man. I had
Perisic.
zero confidence. Can you imagine going from Lukaku, who was automatic in his time at Inter, who's never missed one, to Lautaro, where we know, like, at this point, he's very close to 50%, guys. Like, it's like a half and half type of thing. That's not good, man.
Exactly. It was kind of iffy, and when I saw him grabbing the ball, I was like, okay, don't expect too much, you know, prepared to be let down. And then I saw him run up to the penalty, and I saw him shoot to the left, and I was like, okay, good one, into the side netting as you're taught. And I saw the goalkeeper go that way. I was like, okay. And then I see it bouncing back from the post, and it's like, oh, God, not this again. And then I saw him finish with a header. And it's like, or was it with the foot? I can't even remember. And let's go. We
That's
scored.
wild.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
all's well that ends well.
That
And
sounds
I
like
mean, it
Ian was having like slow motion reactions. Everything happened so slowly for Ian. He had the moment to have so many thoughts. Like he said, I saw him walk up, and I thought this. Then I saw him hit it on this side, and I thought that. Then I saw him this, and I thought that.
No, it's just what you go through as an
No,
introvert.
absolutely. No, I
Time
agree.
slows down when you suffer.
yeah.
I agree. No, but
No, but
the
then,
thing
like,
is,
yeah, go on.
the thing is, like, um, if you look at the penalty, like just that one penalty, it's not a poorly taken penalty by any stretch of the imagination. But when you look at Lautaro's season, I think out of those 7 penalties, 6 of them he went that same technique, same direction, and he had 3 of them blocked. So at
Crazy.
this point, like, guy, what are you doing? Like, I commend him. Like, he's never shown any sort of hesitation to take a penalty. He wants to take him in the big moments. He's showing that mentality that we want to see from our main striker, but we don't see what he's doing on the training pitch. Like, is he working on it? Is he, like, come on? Like, I don't know,
Just
man.
because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. I agree. But on the other end, I guess we can't be complaining too much because he still followed it up where he scored the goal, and now he's what, 18 goals for the season. That means he's surpassed his tally in the league. Listen, for the kind of season this guy's been having, and for the amount of criticism that he's received, he's surpassed his season from last year on paper, at least, well, by the numbers.
By goals, yeah. I think he had more assists, but also a working goal machine like Lukaku was. I guess it's pretty easy to stat pad a few
Yeah.
extras.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But speaking of conversions for penalties, I couldn't find individuals, but who do you think the bottom 3 in the league are for conversion rate of penalties this season?
I know we're in it. You talking about players or teams?
This is by team. This is it's just percentage of it's goal rate from penalties this season for the league.
I mean, I'm not sure if they count, for example, the one against Juve where Hakan missed it and had to retake it. Does that count as a miss, or just because
I
it's
think
a
that's
retake?
just a make, yeah, because it's retaken.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you received it and you scored it or not.
Okay, I see what you mean. In that case, then I remember 3 penalties that we've missed this season. So yeah, I don't think any team could say the same. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're in that bottom 3. Tell me where are we? How
I
how
think
how far back?
Roma have to be somewhere there as well, I reckon.
Roma are 15th. They've taken 7, scored 5, missed 2. So that's 71.4%. Inter are 18th, gotten 11, scored 7, missed 4. So that's 63%. Milan are below us. They've gotten 8, scored 5, missed 3. That's 62%. And then Sampdoria have gotten 4, scored 2, missed 2. So they're at 50% at the bottom.
And we have our own resident Candyman Candreva there, probably
Yeah.
taking them. So.
Oh my God, he was another bad penalty taker. But yeah, I was trying to think of strikers with bad penalty conversion rates, and I can't think of many more that are like Lautaro. I mean, I thought like just maybe like trying to remember like strikers overall. I didn't think Diego Costa had a very great conversion rate for penalties. I'd have to look that up. That's just off the top of my head. I think I've remembered him missing some.
I mean, we don't have to look too far, to be honest. We have him right there in our team, rocking our number 9, Zeko. This guy even refuses to take him, so he's notoriously bad at penalties. So that's a name that jumps to mind. Oh, and also Zlatan. Zlatan is bad at penalties as well for a guy that is as supremely talented as he is, as big of a player as he is. Penalties have never been his forte. I remember last season where they were having buy one get one free penalties. Him and Kessie were fighting over penalties, and he was missing a couple of them before Kessie became the definite penalty taker for Milan.
Yeah, penalties, man. I just think like the 4 that we've missed, and like I guess this is a little doom and gloom. Like if we had made the one, if DeMarco had made the one against Atalanta, that's one that supremely comes to mind as like,
bro. Listen, we don't even have to go that far. We could just talk about the one Lautaro missed in the first derby, because right now we're in a position where we're hoping that they lose a match or they draw 2 because we don't have the head to head. Imagine what that would have meant had we won that first derby. That would have been out of the window. It would have been goal difference and stuff like that, and we would have been cool. But yeah, I've thought about it as well. Trust me, the DeMarco penalty, but especially Lautaro's in the first derby.
Yeah, penalties. If it comes down to that, I mean, it's
especially after Hakan took the first one and scored it so perfectly. Like why change it? It's not broken. But
I would say I don't understand why Perisic doesn't take him, because he is quite good at them. He can take them with both feet as well, being ambidextrous or whatever the word is. And he has the confidence to do it. I don't think like
he's 1 for 1 this season.
Yeah,
but not even that. If you check his career, I think he's pretty much spot on.
Yeah, no, I remember. That's one thing that I wanted when we got that one against Atalanta. For sure, I wanted Perisic to take it because I just felt like it was too big for DeMarco. But I don't know. Like sometimes, I guess as fans, we have to just put faith in the training staff, because I guess they see those guys in training every day. They see them practice it and stuff like that, and they know who's good at it and who's not. So I don't know, but I guess
see something that we don't.
Everyone's been talking Perisic though. I just pulled it up real quick. He has taken 9. He's scored 5 and missed 4 in his career.
That's not good.
To be fair, he has not missed 1 at Inter. He's scored the 3 that he's taken at Inter against Fiorentina, Frosinone, and Lazio this season. But he missed 1 in European qualifiers, missed 1 in the Bundesliga. And I mean, the other 2, maybe you don't count them too much. They were in when he was still with where was he at in Belgium?
Belgium, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Brugge. Yeah, at Brugge. One of those was against Thibaut Courtois, so I mean, I'll let him slide there. But yeah,
slender man.
I think everything it all wraps into a bigger theme, which has been bad lack of luck, I guess, recently. We can't be on here moaning about we're unlucky or whatever, because we've spoken about that. Like the other teams have had crazy injuries to deal with all season and stuff like that. So I guess now we're getting our end of the bad luck. I'm talking specifically about those incidents that happened last week. Within a week, you see Radu made that mistake and concede the goal that we conceded against Bologna, and we lost that match, where 1 point would have been golden for us right now.
Yeah.
And then that same week, we saw I forgot Fiorentina's goalkeeper's name, he made a similar mistake and handed Milan a win. So it's a matter of us being on both teams being on the different end of the stick as far as luck goes. So hopefully, the last three matches it doesn't come down to that.
Well, hopefully by then it regressed to the mean. I mean, of luck. I mean, luck's not a quantifiable stat, but if things are going against us like this and going for them like that, then I mean, this Milan team doesn't score more than 1 or 2 goals a match. So
Mikey, I know personally, I've been the main one on here saying, "Oh, they're gonna run out of luck. They've done this, they've done that," but they're still here, bro. So at this point, like I do believe it in my heart, but it's 3 matches left, and they're still finding out ways. If you think about it, the last 2 big matches that they won, it's literally mistakes. Acerbi and Marusic over there at Lazio, whatever they were doing at
whatever
Lazio.
it was at Lazio, yeah.
At Lazio, and then Tassarusano, whatever his name is, at Fiorentina. It's like, what's going on? That's how they're winning the games. But
match fixing.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if they're at the
I was doing that in the game yesterday. when they tried to cancel the goal, I was doing that. No, but yeah, while we're on the topic of penalties, I have recorded the penalty. If you want to show it, thank you.
Boom.
Does it work full screen? We will see.
Do you want me to put it full screen? Oh, are you talking about your screen?
Yeah. All right, doesn't matter. Let me know if the sound's okay, and if not, let's roll the clip.
It's pretty shaky, but I'll see what happens.
I think the string quality makes it shakier than it was. I'll post it on the Twitter.
Yeah. We'll get it on the Twitter because that was a little anticlimactic, but yeah, I was wondering if you
just cut off when we scored and heard the crowd.
Of course I did.
Okay.
My bad. No, that's a preview. That's a tease. Everyone, go check out the Twitter account if you really want to see it.
Check out at BOTWPOD on Twitter. Drop us a follow. If you don't, you'll be geo-locked to see this tweet. So
yeah, I mean, I kind of overheard. I guess Ian was trying to get us locked up on some for violating copyrights.
Oh yeah.
I know they would have been on us within a minute.
No, because this is not the stream. This is not the Sky Sports Italia stream. This is my own stream.
I don't know, bro. Oh yeah. I forgot you were at the game.
Yeah, you were against piracy.
Okay.
No more piracy. No.
That video. We actually own that video.
Yeah, that is a BOTW exclusive.
Yeah. We'll file for the trademark as well. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, but
but yeah, I'll post it to the account after the game, so you guys can all check it out.
Sidebar though, you guys, I'm not sure if any of you guys are watching Atalanta and Salernitana. Like, what the hell is going on with those guys, man? Like, I'm counting on them. Yes, they're losing. And if you look at their form, I think they've lost 4 out of their last 5 matches, and the other one was a draw, 4-4 draw to Torino. So it's like they've completely nosedive. Like they're taking a nosedive, and I don't understand. They
lost to Sassuolo, lost to Verona, beat Venezia, drew Torino, lost to Leipzig over 2 legs.
Yep, that's crazy. And I don't know. I haven't really taken a deep look at the table, but I believe they need to be winning this game and the next game so they could be in the running to be for a Europa League spot.
Yeah,
right?
They're point out.
Yeah, if they were to win this, they would be 1 point off for Europe.
That is crazy. So that means right now, if they mail it in, let's say if they lose this match and somehow lose Spezia as well, by the time they see Milan, they could be already on the beach. Because I don't know.
Hopefully they beat Spezia and then have to go all in against Milan, I guess. I guess that's going to have to be our hope. Because, I mean, Verona is next, but they're in that sweet spot of being comfortable. So it's going to be I'm hoping that Verona is the team that can do it because I don't really want it going too much further down to the Y. But I mean, I guess we'll see. The 538 Serie A projections that we've been using a lot these past few weeks have Milan at a 57% chance to win Serie A, have us at a 43% chance. So I mean,
they took out everybody else.
yeah, everyone else is pretty much mathematically done. There's a less than 1% chance that Napoli and Juve do it.
I mean, the math still doesn't say that, but I guess I mean I'll take it. But I don't know, man. It's just tough. I do feel like Verona could be the team that does it for us because they're not on the beach. They're not playing for just for pride or just to secure their spot or whatnot. They're still very much so in a run for Europa League spot as well, right, Ian? Or at least a
That's
Conference League
7
spot
points.
they could make. So
Right now they're 7 points off.
beautiful would it be for Verona to be in Europe? So I think that they will be motivated against Milan. They will give it their all. Can you pull up the table? No.
I have the table. I can go ahead and pull it up real quick.
All right, yeah, do it.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking at it, but share screen. Give me one tab, and I want this tab. Yep, here we go. Okay, that's terrible. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so yeah, Verona sit ninth. Better form than most everyone around them, especially Atalanta there. So I mean, they're still in good form. Fiorentina have bottomed out too, just like Atalanta, which is interesting. Verona's still on the rise. They have a good. I mean, we've all talked about Juric. I mean, he's a good manager. Really need that. Really need something there. Because it's either we need Milan to lose or we need 2 draws because of the derby result.
No, and Verona actually, Juric is not there no more. They got Tudor, Igor Tudor.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
But he's
Juric
doing
is one
just
below
as good
him at
of
Torino.
a job. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tudor is probably still trying to build. I mean, it's his first season there. Probably is going to want it to go to the wire to wire with his team, not relax. Like he's still building something. It's his first year there.
Yeah.
I think it does line up pretty well for Verona to get a result, but if it's a draw, I mean, it only helps us marginally. It really needs to be a loss. Really needs Simeone to show up. Really needs something to happen there.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll gladly take a draw actually because I feel like the more they keep getting those lucky last minute wins, is the more confident that they are. So I feel like if they stumble against Verona, they
And
will
it's
go
at Verona.
at Verona and the Bentegodi. So you know what that is. So if they stumble there, and they will go into 2 tough matches, Atalanta and Sassuolo. So that's what I would like, But
Can we really call them difficult matches?
It calls
it really
Sassuolo
depends.
more difficult than Atalanta at this point.
It really
Sassuolo
depends.
could.
I think they're gonna show up, because we know Gasperini. Gasperini hates those big sides, and he's gonna have his guys ready to spit blood versus Milan. He's gonna have them motivated. And who else? Sassuolo. Sassuolo. Personally, I think that's wishful. That's more wishful thinking on my end because I was watching them get dismantled by Napoli last weekend, 6-1. So I think there's got to be some kind of sense of pride that kicks in as a professional. Because everybody's written them off. They've been dragged in the press like, hey, this is what happens when mid-table teams already secure what they wanted, blah blah blah. This is what happens. So I'm sure like some kind of pride has to kick in for them to want to finish strong. But
They've
again,
won
like I'm
one of their
saying,
last 5. Ooh.
yeah, no, they the last. I watched them lose against Milan, not Milan. What am I saying? Against Napoli and against Juve before that. And who else? I think they lost to Cagliari or something like that. A team that had no business beating them. So
Let me check.
Yeah, they lost 1-0 to Cagliari. They lost 2-1 to Sassuolo. I mean, they didn't lose 2-1 to Sassuolo.
Juve, yeah.
Sassuolo, Jesus. They lost 2-1 to Lazio.
But see,
1 to
Lazio
Juve.
they beat Atalanta 2-1.
Yeah, they did beat Atalanta.
It's just what? Like,
It's just
what is
also
this
a
team?
thing about Serie A this season. I mean, when on earth were we supposed to draw against the or lose to this Bologna team? When were this Salernitana team supposed to draw Milan? When were Milan supposed to lose to Spezia? Like, it's just insane this season because, you know, there's no great standout team that like can run this league right now. COVID has really wrecked everyone, and it's going to be a ripple effect. I think it's still going to be the next couple of seasons where the title race looks amazing, but it's because no one can step up and really snatch it and step on everyone's throats. So I mean, there's still a chance as long as this season's going. I mean, there's going to be a chance. As you know, I think Inter will hold serve. I think we'll win out. I'm not really too worried. I
Yeah,
think all the pressure is on Milan with a lot of kids who have not been there before. So I
yeah.
mean, there's still that, and it like what Dave was saying. If there's a draw, I mean that takes the confidence away that we'll find this goal late randomly. Like Terracciano is gonna turn around and throw the ball in his own net or some shit. So I mean, something if that goes out and they every match is a must win for them, I think that would really hurt them a lot mentally.
Yeah. No, I want to piggyback off of that. I think yesterday was since we're talking about mentally was a big show of mental strength from our boys. I know me personally watching it as a fan, I know it kind of made me feel discouraged a little bit because watching it just holding on throughout I watched every minute of that match. I don't know if our guys watched it and as they were getting prepared or they were just listening to the results or whatnot. But I know I watched every single minute holding on, and then I thought they were gonna do it, and then just to get that whatever that was, see Milan win like that, not through them playing their stuff, creating stuff, but just to see it handed to them like that, it's kind of deflating, So I fully expected them to really have a hard time against informed Udinese side, who just crushed Fiorentina 4-0 in midweek before us, So to see the guys come out the way they did, and us being up 2-0, and then of course we made the mistake late, but at the end of the day, I think we ended up just doing just fine. So I'm very happy with the mental fortitude that we showed, because that was really a banana skin for us to slip over. We definitely find a way to move over that hurdle.
Yeah, I mean our last deflating loss, the derby against Milan, it sent a tailspin for months. So to see the team come back, get the win, Ian said the support was behind them. You know, I I think it's the best possible place you could be if you're in this bad situation that Inter are in, and it's not a terrible situation. Like it, I hate to be that guy, but it could be worse. I guess I'm just hopelessly hopeful when it comes to Inter. So, I mean, I'm a little negative, with my tweets from time to time. Like, but some of that is just to keep my own expectations low, so I don't drive myself crazy. But I'm hopelessly hopeful till the end that something's gonna happen. I don't think it's sealed. Um, if it were maybe peak Allegri Juve or peak Conte Juve, yeah, you're like, all right, that's it, wrap it up. But
Yeah,
this is Stefano Pioli's Milan. Anything can
yeah.
happen.
And again, we have to remember what we've personally said on here, and we have to stay by that. And we did say that looking at the last 5 matches that those guys have, if they win all 5 of those matches, we're clap for them. They deserve to win the Scudetto. Right now they 2 down and they still have more to go. That's 3. So I don't know, man. Just mathematically, I just can't see them winning 5 of those tough matches back to back like that. So and we're starting to see it. Like I think the first 2 that they won, uh, they had difficulties and they needed some luck to be able to win it. So hopefully, like it does even out for the last 3.
Hope so, man. Hope so. But like, just some of the, I don't want to be that guy to start calling for conspiracy theories, like throwing the Mourinho gifts around and shit like that. But have you seen what Theo Hernandez did last game?
Yeah,
The
The
elbow,
elbow on
and I
Pereira.
and I've
Pereira.
had
But
million.
did that did that affect anything? Was that leading up to a goal? I saw it out of
No,
context, so I don't know.
No,
no.
but like in any other sport, not just football, sport, in any other
Mm.
game, I think for any other team, it's at least a VAR check.
Yeah,
If not
absolutely.
a card. If
And it
not
wasn't
a yellow card, a red card.
and it wasn't like something that the referee wasn't in the area or didn't notice. If the referee didn't see him do it, the way Torreira he reacted showed that something was there. He was on the floor with his face rolling around. So at least do that VAR. When I saw the replay watching the match, I'm like, yo, this guy's about to get a red card. And to see that they just balled over it and kept playing, I'm like, yo, something is going on. But I don't know. Personally, I don't want to cling to that, saying like something fishy is going on or we're being hard done by. But yeah, I did find that to be a curious decision.
Exactly. And it seems like Teo Hernandez, of all people, has been doing slimy stuff all season long and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doesn't seem to be punished by it
He's embraced
whatsoever.
the villain role this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the mistake of then going to Twitter to see what actually happened. And of course, we had Milanese crying, oh, but it was because someone else did something before, and this was his way of compensating, and something like that. And oh, Skriniar does much worse things on the regular, and he doesn't get a foul. It's like, come on, it's an elbow to
Yeah,
the face.
yeah.
Like
They
that
all responded because
hurt.
I had retweeted the video, and they're all responding to me with the same argument. Oh, I know you see when Malay did it, and Malay should have been sent off. Or what else did they say? Oh, Skriniar does that all the time. Or you guys just got a stupid penalty, stuff like that. So I'm realizing that in the midst of the barrage of hate that I've been getting from them and my responses, none of them is actually addressing the issue at hand. Like, okay, saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, I don't know what that was, or yeah, that does look like an elbow, or even trying to defend it. They are using the whataboutism. Like, oh, what about when Male did that? What about when you guys, So they know something is fishy, and that's all I needed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
And
always
then,
gonna be
and
like that though, especially between rivals. I mean, I feel like we're never gonna let the other have it completely clean, which I mean
Yeah.
just is in the spirit of sport. But I mean there still is some stuff that I know we look at. We look at Kirby smiling after giving up the go ahead goal to Milan. We look at Teo getting away with that. We look at whatever the hell Terracciano did.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
Icone, and another one of their players was in the Milan locker room after the match, taking pictures with them. So I guess they had played together at Lille or some shit
oh
like that.
yeah, yeah.
I
So I
don't, I
guess
don't
he
like.
knew Magnon. I guess
Yeah, he was
who
in
had
there
a
with
good
my.
game. Fair to him. Magnon played
Oh yeah,
great. Made
for
a great
sure, for
save.
sure. That one save on Cabral, I thought that was gonna be it, but at that point, then a draw would have been golden for us, but it wasn't meant to be. But let's not be too down, because I do want to show fortitude and stick by my prediction. It's like there's no way they can win all 5 of those matches. So hopefully, in the next 3 matches, I start being right, because I've been wrong so far.
Yeah. Let's look at some comments. Why don't we?
Oh yeah, yeah, we've been rambling. We didn't even look at the comments.
Let's see. What do we have?
action-packed episode.
What was a good one? I saw one that made me laugh. Oh yeah, Sean Collins, Toro on pins is like Shaq on free throws.
I
It
was thinking the same thing.
was so good. And it's true. I
Mikey
mean,
knows the thing about the Shaq on free throws, being from Miami,
hack a Shaq.
living in Miami. Hack a Shaq.
Uh, let's
Build
see.
them houses for the homeless with the bricks he throws.
Oh my god. Matthias says Milan 95%, Inter 5% for the Scudetto. I think that's a little high. That's putting a little much in that Milan side. Of course, they are more likely because by the book, if they went out, it's theirs. But I mean, that's not football's played on the pitch, not on paper. So, what else? What's Risto saying? Risto, what? Volleyball over us? Come on now. I don't know where you're at,
Hey,
bro.
He broke his streak. He broke his streak of only
Oh
going on
yeah.
games we win.
It was still a week where we lost, so there was a loss this week, so he couldn't come.
yeah, that explains
But
it.
yeah, so Verona need to beat Milan, or do you what's more? I guess this is kind of what's more likely: Verona beating Milan or 2 draws against Verona and Atalanta. I mean, both are very possible. You could even, I mean, what would be even better? I mean, 2 straight losses or a draw and a loss. But Inter have to hold serve, especially like looking at what's happening right now. Salernitana being up against Atalanta, that would draw Cagliari into the relegation zone. That will put Salernitana on 31, Cagliari on 30 or on 28. So, I mean, that would make that match harder for us in turn.
Still 1-0.
Luckily, of course, Empoli have done everything they've needed to do. So that's not too much of a worry at this point. But, I mean, yeah, Empoli next, then Juve in the Supercoppa, or not in the Supercoppa, that was earlier. Juve in the Coppa, then Cagliari. So hopefully Cagliari's fate is decided by May 15th. And then
but they're in shambles right now, though. They just fired Mazzari, and I think that they won't be giving us any issues, regardless of whether they're in the relegation battle or not. I hate to talk like that, especially seeing that this team has the capability of losing or shooting themselves in the foot to lose. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm more. That's why you guys see I've been more focused on Milan, man. I feel like our 3 matches, if we can't win those 3 matches, we don't deserve to be champions. So I give them that. I take that for granted. If anything, I'm more focused on Milan, seeing where they're gonna drop points, because I'm already giving our guys the benefit of the doubt that they're gonna handle business in the 3 matches that they'll be heavily favored in. Udinese was the last possible excuse that we could use.
Like informed team. I mean, they absolutely destroyed Atalanta.
Exactly.
I mean, not Atalanta, Fiorentina.
Bologna, we had excuses. As we saw, they haven't lost a match since Mihajlovic had his issues, and they've been playing for him. They're super motivated. They're playing well. They stay organized. So that's something that we could explain away. Udinese, their form, explain it away. But we got no excuse to not beat Empoli, Cagliari, and Sampdoria.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't win those, you don't deserve to win a Scudetto. So
simple as that.
That is very true.
Can we talk about some of the transfers?
Yeah, I just want to. I have one more point that I wanted to make, because it was something I saw earlier that I thought was kind of interesting.
Cool.
Emiliano kind of segued me into it with this comment saying Verona rolled over for Juve last year when they were against Napoli for the top 4. I forget exactly what happened there, but of course, Napoli didn't get top 4, Juve got it, so I guess Verona did roll over there. But
were they fighting for anything at that point though?
Verona, maybe not. I mean, they're not fighting Verona. I mean, they have an outside shot at Europe, but it's not too likely, I don't think.
I mean, this result that we're watching right now, I'm sure that will definitely put a battery in their back.
True, that's very true. I forgot about that. There's just so much that goes into trying to anticipate what.
Yeah, so many implications, man.
Yeah, the math. But in 1990, whatever. But Arrigo Sacchi's Milan went to Verona. I forget who won the Serie A seat, but Milan were in the driver's seat. Yeah, that was Napoli's Scudetto. And Milan were in the driver's seat late in that season, and they went to Verona and lost. And that killed.
I think it happened in the 80s as well against Juve.
Yeah, so just saying, this has happened before. Milan have been in the driver's seat.
Manifesting.
Milan have been in the driver's seat before, and then had to travel to Verona. So
that's an Opta Mikey stat for you.
Opta Mikey, yes. It happened before, it can happen again. But yeah, we can go into some transfers here. Sean Collins asks, how difficult do you guys think summer will be with all of our expiring contracts? I don't know. It makes me more interested in what's going to happen this summer. because it can't just be, you know, a stand pat summer where you're like, all right, we have Vidal on $200 quadrillion a week, so you can't we can't move anything because this guy's old and he's sucking our money dry. Um,
Yeah.
it's going to
I
be
think
interesting.
actually, well, I think slash hope that our summer is actually going to be smooth this time around, as opposed to last summer where we pretty much all got caught by surprise freshly after winning the Scudetto, finding out that we have to pretty much cut the squad and stuff like that. I think we all they've more or less told us that hey, there's going to be a similar thing going on where we're going to have to make one big sell, and it's even more encouraging, I would say, because the last couple of days, I'm sure you guys have seen it. The rumors for a possible Lautaro sale have been intensifying, and the numbers I'm seeing, I'm liking 65 mil, 70 mil. We even saw Sky UK reported that Man U offered us 42 plus Martial, which is something I want to hear you guys' thoughts about. We could discuss,
When
but
was that?
all in all,
Was that offered like in the winter, last summer? This is that for
Yesterday,
this
no,
two
I
days
said
summer?
that
ago.
came out today. I came out today, and
Yeah.
yeah, and Sky Sports UK. So that's not a source that you could scoff at, I would say. But all in all, I'm saying this like it's encouraging seeing that. I guess they're saying Arsenal are also interested, Man U, Tottenham. So that means that we might be able to have some kind of uh, what's the word I'm looking for? A bidding war going on for Lautaro, which would
Yeah,
help us out.
drive up
Mhm.
some interest and some
Mhm.
money there. Let's see. What has Oh my god. Anthony Martial has done nothing at Sevilla on his loan. 8 appearances, no goals. Um I don't know. I see the idea there, but do we really want another striker that doesn't score?
No, absolutely not. But the thing is, it's like it's so easy to get tempted in the idea of like somebody that has pace could be successful in the Serie A. But this guy, man, he's different. He's a mental case from my understanding. I'm not a Man U fan, but from what I know, he has a very difficult temperament. He's moody. He's the guy kind of guy you have to coddle. So no, I'd say no. Give me the cash. If Man U wants Lautaro, we're gonna give him the same treatment that they gave us when we wanted Lukaku. Like we're good friends, we respect each other, but this is our price. You guys have to pay it.
Well, I mean, also they don't seem to like when Inter value their players because remember the whole Ivan Perisic saga a few years ago. What are they smoking at San Siro? And now this guy is,
No, that was a dumb reporter that said that.
yeah, yeah. But things like that, you know. But to be fair, we do have a good record of rehabbing Man U um, cases. I mean,
I thought about that.
Darmian,
Yeah,
Alexis Sanchez, Lukaku. So
Ashley
maybe if it
Young.
happens. Oh, Ashley Young too. Ashley Old. But I mean, it's happened. So I mean,
I
same
don't know,
thing
man.
could happen. I don't want to test it though. No, no. I need a real striker. But if this were a season where we still had Lukaku and they were like, oh well, you know, we're trying this, I'd be like, okay, we still have a real goal scorer. That'd be fine. But I can't do
So
it.
what? So what are you saying? You're saying that if we could somehow work out a deal to bring back Lukaku, you would be suddenly open to that deal.
I think so, yeah. But also we have to be rational, and there's no way that we would be able to pay the wages of a Lukaku and a Martial at the same time, unless they're
Does
really
he earn a
desperate.
lot like that? Like
I'm sure he
Martial?
does. Just you know, Man
Just for the
U
fact that he
tax.
plays,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, just about every single Premier League player makes more than our highest earner. So I mean, it would
Ooh,
be tough.
Atalanta just equalized,
Let's go.
but
We
he
get a draw.
but
That's good.
he may have been offside from what I'm seeing. I want to see the replay.
Hey, at
I'd
least they
take that.
scored. At
Um,
least they scored.
Hristo
Even if it was
has
illegal,
Yeah, Hristo's chipped in.
of course.
Mentioning transfers, Matthias Ginter. Yeah, we were linked to. I know that was a free De Vrij replacement that was being floated around, but he's just signed for Freiburg, which I think's a bullet dodged. I'll take that.
No, but
So
just the fact that Freiburg can pull players that we're linked with.
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah,
it
no, I
wasn't a
mean,
serious link.
yeah, it's
I
not
mean,
like
yeah, but
it's
sure,
not like
man.
it's not like he picked Freiburg over us. If anything, I think it's been heavily reported that we're the ones that we feel like his demands have been too high and we backed
Yeah.
off. So that's his loss, man. I don't even know where Freiburg is. So
um, Mattia also says that he's scared of next summer, but can't think that far ahead yet. Yeah, I mean, one match at a time at this point. But
yeah,
it is, at least to me, it's a bit interesting to look forward to because there is going to be some kind of like mini revolution, mini retooling of especially the depth in the squad, and that has been a
hmm
problem. That's been a problem even pre-Conte. I mean, he
yeah,
was able to paper over some of the problems with his tactics and also, I mean, the short-term deals that we wheeled and dealed for him when he was like threatening to walk out, like bringing Alexis back, Vidal in, Kolarov in. Um, but those were the shortest of short-term deals. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm hoping it's like, guys like Aslani that we've been linked to from Empoli for the midfield depth. Things
yeah,
like that. I'm hoping for. Even Paredes as depth, I would take, but that's wages and all kinds of other
yeah.
issues there. So
Those kind of died down, those rumors. But I mean, is it though? Like, it seems like right now the only guarantee that we know for sure is that Vecino, we're gonna let him walk for free. Vidal, we're probably gonna have to do a buyout with him. Gagliardini is probably staying. So I guess two out of the three deaf players. Maybe we could count Sensi as well because it seems like we're gonna sell him.
yeah,
But yeah, it does seem like in the middle of the pitch, there's gonna be a big revolution.
yeah. And speaking of Sensi, I was looking at the Serie B table just to see who was coming up. I was looking with Ian before we started, and Monza are currently in second, and they have Lorenzo Pirola on loan. I know that they've liked and also have expressed interest in buying Sensi if they were to come up. So if those guys come up, there's a little bit of money to be made there. I think that would help a lot. Maybe this could be another piecemeal type summer where we make up the difference that we need with guys like Sensi, Pirola, Pinamonti, who has thrust himself into the limelight after killing off Napoli. So I think there's a lot that could go on. I think there's going to be a lot of moving parts this summer. I think it's also going to be the first summer where Beppe can work without a manager in his ear telling him what to do. Because Conte really had Inter by a leash at one point.
Yeah,
So I think it's going to be interesting just to see a transfer guru like him work his magic over a summer.
I agree.
How about you, Ian? You agree?
I'm in my head. I kind of went off on Pinamonti because all right, listen. More, one less goal than Skamaka, I think, and one more
Yeah.
assist.
They're
Mhm.
He's already
different,
ours.
but he's shown that is his level. I think there's more in Skamaka as a player. He's not worth 40 million. I'm not gonna go down that. I'm not gonna go down that. But um, I mean, if he's worth whatever he's worth, Pinamonti should be worth just as much. I will say that.
Yeah.
But
Exactly from that point of view,
yeah, but I don't
I mean,
want I don't
because
want Pinamonti in my club though. Like he's
even
just
that I disagree because I feel like that's, if anything, their Sassuolo's struggle for form of as of late, that's helped us in a way that it will help us
drive
tell the
prices down.
tell their president, like, hey man, come on, you chill out with those demands. Like, we're not paying you 40 million for this guy. Skamaka, I probably would say is worth 25 at tops. Because hey, listen, he's older than Pinamonti. He's 23. Probably I think he's turning 24 this year or early next year. So you approaching that age or of get up or put up. I mean, put up or shut up. So where we're still talking about a guy that's stuck at 13, and we're talking about the potential what he could be. Like, it's not like a guy that we've seen blow up the league and we know he's a killer. We're still talking about potential. So I guess that's why it's fair to compare Pinamonti as well. But the eye test, man, Skamaka still passes the eye test way above Pinamonti in my opinion. And That's why we shouldn't get lost in the numbers saying that hey they should be valued in the same. Maybe if that helps us use Pinamonti as a value, I mean as a bargaining chip, saying hey listen he scored the same amount as Skamaka and Skamaka just went for 40 mil, for example. But in our heart of hearts we know that it's not the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're different players. Skamaka is a more complete center forward. At least his prototype, his look, is a more rounded center forward. And we've known Pinamonti for, God, I mean, 6, 7 years at this point,
Yeah,
and he's always
yeah.
said that he wants to be like Icardi. He
Icardi,
still
yeah,
plays like him. Still plays like him. Still fox in the box. Um, that's what he's gonna be.
yeah.
I think I've seen links, pretty decent links. I forget exactly from where that someone like Eintracht Frankfurt are interested in him around 20 million. I mean, I'd laugh that all the way to the bank. I'd take him. I'd take him to Frankfurt myself for that money. So I would take that. Yeah, I think there's a lot to do. I did see Mattia here. He does disagree a little bit. Says we have no money to spend and we have to sell another important player. I don't see us improving, only sustaining. Um, I mean, on the surface, it does look like this. I think it's a very fair opinion to have,
Hmm.
especially after the past couple of years we've endured as Interisti. But for me, I see the amount of wages that are probably going to come off. Alexis,
Exactly.
all hopefully, even if it's a buyout, those are off the books. Ranocchia, I mean, he wasn't making too much to begin with. Ranocchia, I think we're talking about restructuring with Handanovic. Um,
Hmm.
Vecino out. Gagliardini, I've even seen recently might be trying to get him out. Who's going to want him? I don't know. De Vrij out, Bremer in. I think that's the big priority. That's going to get things moving. There's just a lot that's going to be moving around.
Yeah.
Even if we have to sell an important player, I see us replacing well. I mean, like we've seen
Yeah, I
Beto,
mean,
big
I could
players
definitely see
before.
us. I could definitely see us improving. Like let's just entertain the rumors. Let's play a little fantasy ball just for a second. Let's say we could pull off Dybala and some kind of loan for Lukaku, for example. I think that alone improves the team massively. And of course, that would mean that we sacrifice Lautaro and sell him for 70 mil or whatnot. That along with the wages that we're clearing up and a couple bid part players should be able to satisfy the demand that Suning wants and then still be able to have some money to spend. Because the thing about the Bremer deal is most likely we're going to deal with them the way we deal with teams in Italy. Like, let's say he's valued at 25. We're going to tell them, okay, we'll pay you 10 now and 5 the next year, stuff like that. So that's how we pretty much balance the I guess the wage bill and the spending that we're doing. If Bremer, for example, a player that's worth 25 mil only shows up as 10 on this year's sheet, that's how we have to do. We gotta be creative, and I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
And
But
there's
we
also I do like the rumor of Pinamonti knocking down the price for Bremer. I think that would be a great deal. Um,
yes,
yeah, Emiliano also bringing out Kolarov is still on the wage bill. That's going to be gone. Radu, I think there's no way Radu can exist at this club anymore after what happened. So there's
Yeah,
two
but one
more.
one thing you guys keep forgetting about football clubs. Here is my big brain from playing Football Manager for the past couple of years. In Italy, you have to have a certain amount of players registered to play that have been trained at the club from God knows when until 21 for at least 3 years, and that have been trained in Italy general for at least 3 years up until they're 21 years old.
Oh,
What that means is even if a player is as poo poo as Radu is seeming to be, which pains me because I enjoyed him, even if we still have not this year specifically or previous year, but like in the past years, we've been talking about Ranocchia and players like that. These are players that have been homegrown coached by the club that fill out a quota, and that's why we also keep going for the Alex Cordas, for the Padelis of the world, because
yeah.
they don't cost a lot. They realistically never play unless a freak thing happens, like Handanovic injury, and then Padeli has to play in the derby.
Mhm.
Um, but that's one thing that we really keep forgetting. It's not just buy players and put them in. We also have to abide by this, and that's one of the reasons why I understand we still have Radu. it's also a reason why I don't understand why we can just bring one of our lonely goalkeepers back and have them there instead. So
Yeah,
there's
I
that.
mean, but the thing is we'll still keep Cordats. I mean, he'll take the role of oh, what's his name that was here, never
Bernie.
played, got 2 red card. Yeah, he'll just be the next Bernie. So that's fine. You got him. You got DeMarco. If you have to, Sean down here he's got a good point. I mean,
You got
Agume can
D'Ambrosio as
come
well,
back.
right?
I guess does
Ambrosio
D'Ambrosio count?
was
He
no,
was a Torino product, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, he has to be somebody that we train at the club. Okay, I thought you
Yeah,
meant
yeah.
yeah.
literally.
So it's
Someone who
four
was
four
youth.
players that are at the club trained and 4 that are in Italy. So that's at least 8 players.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, Italian, we're gonna be fine. Beppe has, recharged with a lot of
Yeah,
Italians. I think we're gonna be fine on that. But yeah, I think it is interesting the homegrown type quota that we have to fill. I think we'll be down to 2, so that'll be Demarco and Cordats. I don't think anyone else counts for that. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
depends. If we brought the Gume back,
Pinamonti
he
would
would bring
count. Who?
Pinamonti would count.
Yeah, Pinamonti would count. I mean, we have Agume, kids like Casa de the 2 brothers. I forget their name. The Carboni
Casa de not yet.
brothers. Yeah, you got the Carboni brother. There's a lot of guys that you can just also do a little bit of book cooking or whatever. It's not really cooking, but just throwing some names down on a sheet to make
To
some
meet the quota,
quotas.
yeah, yeah. Even knowing that you're never gonna play them, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it could be something like that. Satriano, I do believe would count. Sean also asking. I think Satriano. Who the fuck is that? Satriano. Um, that is also someone that they could do something with. Whether it's sell. I'd like to see him loaned back. I do. I see a lot in him. I think there's a
Yeah,
really good player in there. I would hate to lose him. I would really hate to
not
lose
so
him.
soon. Yeah, the fact that he hit the ground running so quickly in France tells you that he's one of those guys that has the natural goal scoring instinct. I'd at least like to loan him back, watch him get a full season under his belt before I decide if it's a guy that I'm willing to lose for Plus Valenza. But yeah, supposedly he already has plenty of suitors in France. Marseille likes him. Olympique Lyonnais like him. So those are teams that we could squeeze a 2025 out of him, and that would be great price for a guy that we never played.
Yeah, I'd rather sell Agume than Satriano, especially with the market for strikers being as thin. I think you can find a replacement for someone like Agume. I don't think you could find a replacement if he turns into the player he could be for Satriano. And I mean, Inter, you know, we're not the best developing club, so if you have a chance at this guy panning out, you've got to stick with it. Um, yeah, Uncle Sharma in the house also with a good point. Van Hoysden still on the books. I mean, he's
Oh
always
yeah,
injured,
Zinho.
but
Yeah,
I mean, he could take the Ranocchia spot for last center back or the Kolarov
yeah,
spot of non-existent center back. So
yeah. Shout out to Sharma. I think that's a very great shout. That's actually a reminder. I'm pretty sure, even that was the plan, that well-known plan that he's there. He's coming to Genoa for a year, and then he's gonna come and replace Ranocchia. I don't know, man. Has he played since a couple months? We've been talking about him. We did give him a little shine the other day, but we were talking about his injuries. And I haven't heard of him since then or seen him play. So the knee is
Knee
gone.
injuries. Yeah.
yeah, he's been out for the last 10 matches. Well, I mean, if you put it all together, he's missed 19 matches for Genoa this season. Um,
This
He
season.
missed 52 days with muscular problems, 19 with an unknown injury in January, and then he's been out since late February with an undisclosed injury, probably a knee. But yeah, I mean, if he's got to be there as a non-existent center back, um, that's all right with me. I mean, he would still eat less wages than Kolarov, less wages than Ranocchia. So, I mean, I think it's possible.
That is true.
Because you gotta save somewhere. Especially with the way things are going. Mattia also with another question. What's
Mhm.
going on with Barella's injury?
I can
As
answer
far
this one.
okay,
Go ahead, Ian.
So when he went off, he had to be helped off the pitch, But then as soon as the final whistle blew, he was walking almost perfectly normal towards the tifosi, and then there was a video of him also after the match when the players go through the tunnel to the buses or to the airport in this case. He seems fine. I think it was more of a precaution as well. Maybe it was a mixture of a cramp and a knock or something.
Yeah, it was like knee to knee, right? Or
I don't know, bro. It looked like more than a precaution on the pitch because he couldn't even put his foot down, so it looked bad. But yeah, I guess the reports after the match were great. Like Ian said, like they said it was just a contusion, so maybe like a big muscle bruise. They iced it up. I even saw reports today saying that he's ready to come back to training tomorrow. So that's encouraging. That would be a tough blow for us at a crucial part of the season, where now not only do we have the Scudetto on the line, but also another cup in Coppa Italia that we're gonna need him.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big worry when I saw it. And I mean, it looked very similar the way he was walking. It just gave me flashbacks to when he tore something in that knee. And it was at Torino. I remember it was at Torino in the rain, and he was kind of limping. And then he took a step, and it was just like you could see the pain in his face, like even worse. Like it wasn't quite that bad. And yeah, I did see the videos. Ian saw it in person, but I saw the videos of him walking around on the pitch, like clapping at the fans, all that. And I also saw the report that he should be back, which is great. Hopefully Bastoni is back to full fitness soon too. Because if we face another tall center forward, I don't need DeMarco getting bodied again.
Yeah.
That was mostly to me on De Vrij, but we don't have to get too much into that one. But yeah, injuries haven't been too bad on us, but if it is someone like Barella here at the end of the season, I think that would be catastrophic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys have anything else? We're hitting usually our little limit here, 106, 107.
Oh man, that's about it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. The usual people are here. Lord Figo, I see you trying to rob me. Nah, I'm keeping my gold chain and everything. Thank you for coming, everybody. Forza Inter. Hopefully, on Friday we're fully focused. We take care of Empoli and we put some pressure on Milan, and hopefully they shit the bed.
Yeah, perfectly said. Figo's trying to trying to get my ring off me. Can't do that one. Can't do that one. I'll get him a matching one. Me and Figo can match. But yeah, Ian, any parting shots?
I just want to say, Christo at the beginning said we need the intro at the end, which doesn't really work. So that's going to be an outro now.
This guy tuned in just for the intro, I promise you.
Yeah, he's telling me, he's like, use that intro, and then I didn't.
And then he dipped.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and play us out then. Thanks, everyone. It's been a good one. Really appreciate the chat.
For joining.
Yeah, chat really kept us going after about 40 minutes.
As always.
Much appreciated. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and play us out, and we'll see you all.